Welcome to the Fezzer Garage. I'm Justin and this is YouTube's most seriously average car channel.
Yes, I know, that's the intro from last week. But I decided to record a video this morning and I didn't have time to record the intro, so that's what happened. So good morning. I'm off to Malaga Airport because I'm on my way to the office, my office in the UK. And well, I haven't been there for quite some time and I do need to go there every now and then really. And so I just thought I'd make the most of this journey and have a chat with you about what this car is like on a long motorway drive. It's 8 in the morning, so it's a little bit busy than it would normally be. Getting to Malaga Airport from where I live is about an hour trip, so I know it doesn't sound like a long journey, but it's only because it's about 100 kilometers, so about 60 miles, so it's not this car's just wild. Comfortable. Where I live is a place called Manila, and we're just going past quite a bit bigger town called Estebona. And now at Estebona we can turn off onto the motorway. So there's two roads here. There's the sort of the old coastal road, or there's the beautiful new motorway. Well, I say new, it's been around for maybe 20 odd years. These motorways in Spain are great. They're all toll roads, mainly. And they're two-lane motorways, which sort of tells you everything you need to know, because I think, like, when I lived in the UK, all the motorways were at least three lanes wide. And because the traffic here is quite low, then the motorways here are generally just two lanes. I feel like I'm going to have to talk a lot louder. I'm going to put this nearer to me because this car is quite noisy. If I could stick it to my face, I would stick it to my face. It's so noisy in here. The biggest thing you notice really when driving on the motorway in this car is the lack of a sixth gear. We're in fifth at the moment, hovering around 3,000 RPM, and it's quite noisy really. And not only is it noisy, it starts using up quite a lot of fuel as well. But it does have amazing acceleration. This is why I came to Spain. I used to spend all my time on motorways in the UK. And always stuck in traffic. Always somebody having an accident. Now we have this. Remember, it's 8:15 in the morning. Should be busy. One of the things that I got quite used to with having the BMW, which has now gone by the way, was the auto lights. With this one, you actually have to turn a switch to put the lights on. How weird is that? Okay, so it's very bumpy. When I bought the car, we bought it in the north of Spain. And we drove it all the way down. We did take a couple of days to do it because we made the most of the trip and we stopped off in Portugal. And but we have done, that was a sort of 12-hour driving trip as such, so we have done quite a few hours in this car, which I'm not quite sure how we survived it. So this is a lot of bumps here. I think the thing I miss the most is having Bluetooth. I have no Bluetooth. This is MP3 on here, but in 2004 MP3 meant that you could burn it onto a CD and put a CD in there with your MP3 files and it would play them. So I'm either stuck with no radio, or no music, or radio, which unfortunately most of the radio I just don't get on with here. Just is not my sort of thing. So I have to go around in silence everywhere. Right, so we're just coming past San Pedro de Alcántara. This is my tag for the motorway, so we can zoom through. God, it's really sunny, very low sun. So this is the toll road. You can either get one of these devices that I've got and zoom through, which I'm amazed more people don't do, or you queue like they're doing using a card, or there's the other ones where you can use coins or card. Alright, let's zoom between these two, let's go. Yeah, baby. The only problem with using this thing for the motorway. So I never know how much it's costing me because you put it up there and you have no idea what the cost is. So then you get a bill at the end of the month and you go, oh, okay. So I think the entire journey from my house to Malaga, there's 3 toll routes, and it's normally about, I think about 10, 11 euros in total. So, but I don't really know. This car hates bumps, does not like bumps. You feel them all. You know, I often take the Dacia out because I just can't take any more punishment. If we were on the coast road, we'd just be passing Puerto Banús, which, if you know this area at all, Puerto Banús is supposed to be like an exclusive port, but exclusive it is not. And we're just coming past Marbella. So this is Marbella now. We've missed all of the horrendous traffic, which you can see rejoining the motorway here. The traffic through Marbella is really bad at this time of day. So the motorway rejoins the sort of main road before we rejoin the motorway again. If you ever see blue license plates in Spain, like that one. So what it was that there was a big uproar when Uber was starting up in Spain, and there was a lot of protests from the taxi drivers and stuff. And in order to identify Uber drivers, they decided that all taxis, all private hire cars, everything like that, all transfer type cars, they all have to have a blue rear license plate. But there's something weird about blue license plates at the moment because they're all really bad drivers. Apart from the taxi drivers, all other blue license plate cars just seem to be really bad drivers. And that sounds very blue plate racist, I know, but it's just how it is. Oh, bump. Wasn't too bad. Oh, that was bad. Oh, that was a bad one. Where this motorway goes, you can see, like, you often see the mountains, these hills here, like, sloped up. That's because they literally cut through these mountains to build this motorway. And you see it all the time. You see where they're cut like that. This car was not built for comfort. There's nothing comfortable about it. Nothing. Absolutely zero. And this driving position, it's not great, but it's not that bad, but it's not great. So everyone's always moaned that you do sit a little bit high in the car, which is true. The seat is slightly high, but if it was much lower, you wouldn't be able to reach the steering wheel because your legs would be stretched out, and then you would need literally arms like Mr. Tickle to reach the steering wheel. It's always so narrow. Alright, now we need to be able to zoom out of here. Oh yeah, let's go! You do sit a little bit high, yes you do. And I ideally need the steering wheel slightly closer to me, so it's slightly far away. So sometimes when you're, oh, bump. Oh no, it's okay. So sometimes you might see me when I'm doing a video, I'm sort of leaning forward. So I find like I need to lean forward to access the steering wheel properly, to like properly reach it, you know. I like to be quite close to the steering wheel, and I can't. That's about as far as it will go, so I can't get it any closer to me. On longer trips, I don't know whether it's just the height of the seat and then relative to the angle of the pedal, but my ankle is getting a bit tired. Sounds ridiculous. My little ankle is getting tired, and so it's just because I think it's just because it's a funny angle all the time. So what I tend to do is, if I'm going to be in the car for quite a long time, I just take my shoes off, and I find that it's easier with the shoes off. Porsche Cayenne just cruising along. Probably not noticing a single bump on the motorway. I sound like I'm regretting the purchase. I'm not, but the reality is this is not comfortable long distance cruising. So now we're on the outskirts of Malaga. And Malaga is a really, really nice city, and I know it's become more popular over the years, but people sort of used to ignore Malaga and just think it was the airport. So Malaga was just the airport, but Malaga is actually a really nice city. It's a city with a lovely vibe. It's just got such a nice feel to it. It's always buzzing, there's always something going on there. Definitely, if you're in the area, you must visit Malaga. Right, so we've got our turn off for the Aeroporto. It's a shame we've got cars in front of us because the little bit of road that comes off here goes to the airport. It's a nice little road where you can just... Oh, hold on. I think we've got a bus up front. Fun was cut short there. So that's the main airport there, parking down here. It looks like we've got a lovely day to take off, leave this nice warm weather for some cold English weather. Well, I've made it, the car's made it. I'm still okay, nothing is broken in my body. My ankle is a little bit tired though. I've booked a rental car to pick up at Gatwick, and I'm always curious as to what they're going to give me, and see if they give me something interesting. I shall let you know. Right, I'm not going to carry on talking while I'm trying to find a parking because that is phenomenally dull. So I will catch you on the other side. It's an Audi A1. I haven't driven one of these for a while. What's a 30 TFSI? I doubt it's a 3 litre engine.